Today we're going to look at setting up an ad in Google AdWords. Please log in to your Google AdWords account. To create a new campaign, click on New Online Campaign and select the Start with Keywords link. We're going to name our campaign. I'm going to call mine .com Mechanics 1. And my ad group is going to be Video 1. Choose appropriate names for your campaign. It doesn't matter what name you use as it's not visible to your customers. This is only for your reference, so choose something that will remind you what the campaign is about. I often get asked what the difference is between a campaign and an ad group. Let's say you're an online entrepreneur and you sell recipe ebooks. You have a series of titles including Aunt Annie's award-winning recipes. You could call your campaign Recipe eBooks and then your first ad group Aunt Annie Award. Now let's say you have another ebook in the series called Aunt Annie's Country Cottage Gourmet. That ad campaign could be called Aunt Annie Gourmet. Get it? Great. Next we choose the language that our customers speak. Let's say our customers speak English, French, Spanish, Greek, and Italian. I speak all of those languages, so we'll use me as an example. Setting our language settings to include these languages will display our ad to anyone whose Google preferences are set to one of those languages, even if the ad is written in English. So I'm going to go ahead and choose those languages. I'm going to click on the Control key and choose French, Italian, Spanish, and there is Greek. Because I'm located in Canada, you can see that the targeting is already set to Canada. So I'll click on the Change Targeting link and select the locations I want to target. Google's country targeting can be very specific. As you can see, you can search for customers by a few different methods. I'm going to select the Bundles tab. As you can see, there are several countries bundled together in common groupings. I'm going to choose the North American bundle. I'm going to choose the Western Europe bundle and the Oceania bundle. I've chosen these countries because I think they would be the countries that would be most interested in my product. But here's an insider tip. Targeting your languages and countries is very important. I usually select all languages and I usually select all countries. I'm showing you specific selections in this video so that you know the process for your own reference. But feel free to select the same defaults, all and all. I set my settings to all and all because even though all my websites are in English, it doesn't mean that people whose native tongue is not English don't understand English. Take my family for example. We're Italian, French, Greek, Macedonian, and Spanish. Most of my family's primary language is not English, but we do just fine in the English-speaking world. So choosing all languages and all countries will give you the maximum amount of exposure and potential traffic. So I want you to choose what works best for you and then click Done. Now click Continue. Now we get to the creative, fun part of your Google campaign, creating our ad. As you can see, the structure of the ad is laid out as headline, 2 descriptive lines, a display URL, and a destination URL. We'll start with the headline. Whenever possible, show a keyword in the headline of your ad. The second line should always be a benefit. Describe what they will gain from your product. The next line can be a feature. Describe what they will get when they follow the link and come to your site. And the fourth line is a display URL. The final line is the destination URL. This is often the same as your display URL, but you could also choose to enter an affiliate link here or a tracking link. Remember, we want to take them to the exact page on your website for whatever offer you are making. Don't just take them to the home page of your website and hope that they find their way to what you're advertising. Take them right there. That's why there's a distinction between the display URL and the destination URL. Here's a sample ad that I've created. It's a very simple ad. 4 lines and that's it. That's all the space you have. Once we click Continue, Google checks to make sure the website you've listed in the URL is operational. When that's complete, we can create a new ad or continue. I'm going to continue, but you can choose to stop the video and create an alternate ad to split test against the first ad you've created. This will help you really nail down your keywords and copy. Now we get to the hard part, choosing keywords. These are the keywords that people will be typing in to cause your ad to appear. This is the area where you can spend the most time tweaking your ad. There are a lot of courses that teach you how to do keyword research, so we won't cover that here. WordTracker has a free mini course that shows you how to do that. You can find it on my blog at http://www.myvirtualpartner.com/blog. For now, I'm going to choose the keywords passive income and online business. You'll see that Google has made some suggestions at the right based on the keywords that I've inputted on the left. So I'm going to click a few and add them to my keywords on the left. Then we'll click Continue. The next step is extremely important. I can't stress that enough. In order to keep a handle on your costs, you need to enter a daily budget. But a word of caution, bid only what you feel you can comfortably afford. You may be able to afford more than you think, but I want you to be sure that you can bid only what you comfortably can afford. Let's say you can only afford to spend $10 per day. It's better to enter a higher daily limit of, say, $20 or even $50 per day. Here's why. Your daily budget is what governs the display of your ads. So your ads are displayed for only the part of the day until you've reached your maximum limit, not all the time. Now you must be thinking, but how can I set a budget of $50 per day when I know I can only afford $10? Well, we're going to cut our bid prices. So instead of bidding for top position all the time, we're going to bid a little lower. Generally, people who bid top position are only displayed for as long as their daily budget holds out. So people who bid lower are usually displayed a little lower on the page, ranked lower but still on the same page. Generally, they have a better chance of getting click-throughs because their ads are shown for longer periods during the day. Think about it this way. If you're at the top and your budget is set at $10, your limit runs out fairly early during the day. If you're in the 4th position and the 1st position exceeds its daily budget, suddenly you're in the 3rd position. Then you could potentially reach the 2nd position, and if you're lucky enough, you may even reach the 1st position, all within your daily budgetary limits. But again, I want to encourage you to bid only what you feel comfortable bidding. You're the one who's going to be spending the money, not me. So set your maximum budget to only what you can realistically afford. I'll enter some values. A maximum budget of $25, and I'm going to set a maximum CPC, which is cost per click, of 10 cents. Clicking on the View Traffic Estimator link will show me some estimated stats for my keywords. Usually there isn't enough data to make this step worthwhile, so let's continue. The final step is to save your campaign or create another ad group. I'll click Save. And voila! Your campaign is now active. Once your campaign is up and running, it's important to check it daily to make sure you stay within your budget and that the bids you've set per keyword are still active. If you'd like to learn more about Google AdWords, then I highly recommend that you go through the Google AdWords Learning Center at www.google.com /AdWords/Learning Center.